What's going on, everyone? As you can see by the title today, we're doing Player of the Month predictions. I have a couple players that I'm going to talk about early that I don't think will get cards, but I would love to see them as a part of the program. And then we have a few cards that are obviously going to be a part of the program. And then the lightning pick is between two players, in my opinion. One of them I would be severely disappointed in. The other one, it's kind of a crowded position, but the stats would be juiced, so it could be a good card. The player has a good swing. Before we get into the video though, make sure we spam up that like button. Let's aim for 25 likes on this video. We typically only aim for 15, but I think we can get to 25 easily with the group that we have. Hit that sub button as we're chasing 2K subs by the end of the month. That would be our biggest month ever, but I think we could do it together. And comment down below, who are you hoping for to be a part of this program? I don't want this to be a long video. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I just want to give out the names, who had good months, and who I really want to be a part of this program. So the first person we're going to talk about, who I don't think will be a part of the program, but I wish would be, is Luis Robert. I've talked about him a lot. Y'all see I have 200 of this dude, basically 199. He's a special player. For the month of August, the reason why Luis Robert probably won't be a part of this program is because he only played 17 games. In those 17 games, he batted .361 with a .639 slugging percentage with a 1.041 OPS, and he had 5 home runs in only 17 games. He came back with a bang. This dude's special. I don't know if they're holding out for maybe a 99, like a Future Stars card like they had last year, but of course Joe Adele only got a 95 as well, so maybe Luis Robert only gets a 97 this year. So if he does get only a 97, it'd be very high contact with the 361 average. I would love to see a Lou Bomb as a part of this program. The next player who I don't think will be a part of the program, only because Stanton, as you can see, Giancarlo Stanton already has a 96 in the game. I don't think that should matter. If a player has a really good month, I think that player should be a part of the program. Having a variety of cards, I don't think ever hurts anybody. Give us a choice of who we want to use, which card will we like to use. But the reason I think the Stanton have a really good card is because he had a 327 average. 327, so this card would probably have really good contact against both sides. He had a 643 slugging percentage, 1.045 OPS. Of course, he had 9 home runs because of Stanton. He has the power. I think he had like 4 or 5 doubles, so he had like 14-15 extra base hits. That card would be stacked as far as hitting all the way around. Now the 96 is good, but only against one side. His reverse splits kind of suck. So imagine a Stanton card with really good contact on both sides and really good power on both sides. I think that should be a choice. I don't think they should hold back on a card just because that person already has a card in the game. The rest of this is going to be players who I actually think will be a part of the program. I'm not going to give the overalls, as I'm very terrible at stuff like that. I never guess the overalls correctly, so I'm gonna just give you the players that I think will be a part of it. You know, from there we'll let SDS do the rest. This player, Tyler Naquin, had a hell of a month. My man batted .386. Most of that damage was against righties, of course. He batted below 300 against lefties, but hey, maybe they'll juice his stats up a little bit. He had a 735 slugging percentage, 1.192 OPS. He had 6 home runs, I think all against righties. This card would be a certified probably bench bat, but he has a good swing. He could do good for Reds themed teams. I think this card would be an absolutely really good card to be a part of the program. Next up, we have Ty France. Ty France had a really good month as well, very clutch. They just moved his position to first base, so he will have had first base, second base, third base on his card. A little bit of positional versatility. That's never a bad thing. He had a good month. He batted .348. He had a .554 slugging percentage, a .947 OPS. He has 6 home runs. Like I said, he has the versatility. He has a good swing on the game. I know Mariners fans would be happy. He could also get a fan favorite card. Mariners fans love Ty France. So, I mean, this wouldn't be a bad card. He had a good enough month for him to get a card. I think he had a couple moments where he could have got Topps Now cards too, and they were skipped on. So Ty France could absolutely be a part of this program. I think he would have really good contact, decent pop. It'd be a good card. Next up, we have Logan Webb. Now, I would be absolutely excited to get this card for one reason only, besides the fact that he did have a really good month, so we know his per nines would be good, is the sinker cutter combo that this guy has. You can't see it, but he has sinker cutter, 92. His cutter is 90 miles per hour. His cutter's 90 and his slider's 81 miles an hour. His changeup's 85 miles an hour. Now his fast stuff, the four seam sinker and cutter, hopefully they juice it a little bit and give it more of a pitch differential, because his four seam's 93, his sinker's 92, his cutter's 90, but his off speed is like an amazing pitch differential, going from 93 to 85 on the changeup. Very nice. The slider only being 81 miles per hour. People will be flailing at it. And he had a really good month. In 6 games, he went 4-0. He had a 1.41 ERA, 9.6 K per 9, which is not bad. It's not the DeGroms of the world, but 9.6 is not a bad number. And he had a .965 whip. Logan Webb has continuously gotten better throughout the months. He's had really good whips every month. His ERA was a little bit higher to start the year. This could be a player to invest in, as he's only going for 350. And after that month right there, you got to assume that they're looking to upgrade him eventually, as long as he keeps it going. Logan Webb would honestly be one of my favorite cards out of the program, as long as they kind of maybe hopefully give him like 95 on the four seam and keep the sinker at 92. You know, juice him up in some aspect, but he would be nice to me. The next player we have is Starlin Marte, who got traded at the trade deadline, went from the Marlins to the A's, and all he's done since he's got there is get on base and steal a bag. This dude's monthly stats, power-wise, it wouldn't be there. That's not what Starlin Marte is. He'd be straight contact and speed. You see he has the defense, so his defense would be good. Wait till you hear this dude's stats for this month. He batted .363, so obviously his contact would be stupid high, right? He only had a .496 slugging percentage, so his power would be obviously a little higher than what he has on this live series card. Maybe they'd juice it up towards, if they juice his stats up towards the 80s, then he would be absolutely filthy. But I don't think they do that. But even then, he has a really good swing. So he had an 882 OPS. So obviously those numbers there, the slugging and the OPS, are a lot lower than some of the other players on the list, but that's not what he does. My dude had 2 home runs, but he did have 9 doubles, so he had 11 total extra base hits. He had 19 stolen bases. 19 in 1 month. This guy had 19 stolen bases. I would hope they would juice up his speed just slightly. Obviously, he already has 99 stealing, 99 base running aggressiveness. What would make this card very, very usable was if they juice him up somewhere. Whether it's power, whether it's speed, just something to make this card very usable. Now, the next card we're going to talk about is Devin Williams. I would personally be invested in this card. Although he did have a game recently where he gave up, I think it was like 4 runs. His month of August was ridiculous. He's going for cheap. You got to assume he gets it all back together soon. His August was crazy. Now, this spot here, a relief pitcher, because I do think we get 1 relief pitcher, could go to either him or Emmanuel Clase. They both kind of had similar months. Devin Williams' month was better, in my opinion. Clase did only walk 1 person compared to Devin Williams' 3, but Devin Williams struck out more people, pitched 1 extra inning. In 14 games, 14 total innings, this dude gave up 0 runs. Goose egg. He had a .857 whip and a 14.1 K per 9. Class A's, I think K per 9 was like in the 10s. Devin Williams is absolutely filthy. He has filthy stuff. He has a lot of movement on his pitches. If you've ever faced this dude in BR, he's not fun when people are like throwing that screwball in different places. I would love a nice juice Devin Williams card. We had a really good Devin Williams last year. I think this card could be good. I personally think he gets the 97, 98 overall, but if not, it'll be Class A, who has that ridiculous outlier on his cutter. I would personally just rather see Devin Williams here. The next person who we see on our list, I don't think he gets lightning. If Robbie Ray gets lightning, I'd be severely disappointed, mainly because he doesn't have the pitch mix. He doesn't have the speed differentials. He's very easy to read. It just wouldn't be the great lightning card. Honestly, if he's the lightning round, you could see a lot of people selling off their Tops Now cards and just not doing the collection unless you absolutely need him for a later collection would be the only way I could see this guy being picked up and used, unless you're a Blue Jays fan or a Diamondbacks fan and you're running a theme team. And even then, it's debatable because I'm telling you, this dude is straight BP. Anytime I see Robbie Ray anywhere, whether it's his, I think he has a diamond, I think it's Tops Now, or this card in BR or anywhere, you could use this card on Legend. It's not going to matter. He sucks. No offense, because in real life, this guy is filthy. He's always been filthy. He strikes so many people out. His month was amazing. In 6 games, he had a 1.76 ERA, 11.4 K per nines. He only had 8 walks. For Robbie Ray, as you can see, his walks per 9 is steadily climbing on his card. Typically over his career, he's always had a high walk per 9 and always had a high K per 9. I don't know how he's not diamond yet, personally. It's another card that you maybe could get in on. I don't know about at 3,700, but it's not a bad card at all. He had a really good month. I would just be disappointed if he was the Lightning because he wouldn't really be usable. And then the Lightning round, the card who I hope gets the Lightning player, he doesn't have the quirks. It would be another first baseman, but this dude's month was ridiculous. We're talking about a player who could easily have 125 against one side and then like 115, 110 against the other side. He has a great swing. He would easily be one of the better first basemen in the game, statistically wise. The problem is it would be another first baseman, which we have over the last month and a half seen an influx on. We have Team Affinity 4, so I'm sure we'll see more first basemen. First base is just one of those positions that honestly you could use anybody. There's just so many cards. I think he gets Lightning. He was NL Player of the Month. He had a 387 average, an 828 slugging percentage, which is crazy. He had a 1.291 OPS. He had 11 home runs and had 8 doubles, so he had 19 extra base hits for the month. This guy would be juiced. Like I said, he would be cracked. It's just, it would be another first baseman. I think this month has potential to be great, but at the same time, it has, for it to be so late in the year, I feel like when this program drops, a lot of us are going to be like, and not be as excited as we normally are for Player of the Month, especially with it dropping right at TA4. Like I said, spam up that like button if you enjoyed this video. Comment down below which player would you like to see a part of this program, and hit that subscribe button as we're chasing 2K subs. And as always, peace, love, and until next time.